Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Together, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while wrong is going on. Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, and we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
Somebody move the matches, because the level of gaslighting from the British and the Americans, them soon blow themselves up. Like literally, soon blow themselves up. The gaslighting. In George Bush's illegal war in the Middle East, it was dubbed the coalition of the willing. That though, if you ask the Iraqis, more turned out to be the coalition of the killing. In Donald Trump war, it seemed to be the coalition of the disorganized. They are going at it disorganized. Donald Trump said, if needs be, he will get the US warship them to escort oil tankers to the Strait of Hormuz. Hey, tell us when you're coming, Donald Trump. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're back in the trenches, and yes, we're back on the front line of the war. There are three phrases that I think they're using to confuse the public when it comes to the justification for the war. You will hear these three phrases being bandied around: offensive strike, defensive strike, and retaliatory strike. And I'm going to try and explain them to you this morning, and try to explain to you how they are using those phrases to gaslight us because of their illegal war. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning, welcome. Carl Christopher Issa. Me hear them send out Christopher Issa come drop word for social media. Carl Christopher Issa and tell him to line up behind Donald Trump and Keir Starmer. Tell Christopher Issa, the hotelier, Christopher Issa, tell Christopher Issa to line up behind Donald Trump and Keir Starmer, because we want to ask him something we never hear him talk about yet. So since I'm going to come out a drop word for social media and everything for social media, we're going to jump on the word credibility. Christopher Issa, line up till we get to you. When we get to you, Christopher Issa, we will get to you. Now, how no do. Morning and welcome. Miss Jum Uptown, good morning, and welcome. Debbie Jervis TV, good morning. Zanette Beckford, Violet Watson, Laverne Bros, good morning. Colleen, good morning. Miranda Roddock, good morning. Wayne Evans, good morning. Barbara Simpson, Lynette Jenkins, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Abinasa Cody, Sophia Hall, Winifred Saunders, good morning. Mazat Control, good morning, and welcome, everyone. Leonie Denton, good morning. The Unstoppable One, how you do, good morning, and welcome. I'm going to try to explain to you these three phrases that they're using to confuse the public. Now you hear they go on about defensive strike, retaliatory strike, and offensive strike. They really talk about the offensive strike, other than people who are talking against Donald Trump. They would call it offensive strike or an act of aggression, the same offensive strike. But when it comes to the Americans and the Europeans, they are getting into the argument of defensive strike in ears, which is gaslighting. And then when it comes to Iran, Lawrence Michaels, they refer to Iran's strike as retaliatory strike. And I'll tell you this morning why we mustn't accept that retaliatory strike argument in relation to Iran, nor should we accept the defensive strike that the US and the UK keeps ooming and arming about. No. An offensive strike is an act of aggression. It aims to seize your land, your territory, destroy your capability, as well as taking out military heads like you see are the president. Those are what you refer to as offensive strike or act of aggression. It is exactly, Marjorie Lewis, what took place on the 28th of February, an act of aggression. Now, since the illegal war has started, the defensive strike argument comes in and the retaliatory strike argument comes in. So the offensive strike is quite simple. We see it in front of it. Donald Trump just decides that him have the power to do so, and him do so. Kill people, try to disable Iranian military capability, act of aggression. No. A defensive strike you can look at in two ways, the before and the after. Now we're going to look at the before that the Americans are claiming. The Americans are claiming preemptive strike, which is a defensive strike. But you have defensive strike, which is preemptive, and you have defensive strike in the retaliatory sense. But I'll tell you why not to use the retaliatory word when it comes to Iran. Now, a defensive strike aimed to stop an ongoing aggression or an imminent aggression. This sits right in the court of Iran that would allow Iran to start the war first legally. they refused to do so. Why they could have started the war first legally is because Donald Trump openly threatened the head of state, which is illegal under international law. Donald Trump pick up in war apparatus and then assemble around Iran. So in international law under I think Article 51 of the United Nations Charter, Iran have a legal justification to strike Israel and America first. They refuse to do so. Now, US claim they took an preemptive strike to prevent Iran from becoming a further threat, and because Iran abusing people and all sorts of what else they try to gaslight us. Now, the defensive strike, as I tell you, to stop an ongoing attack or to stop an imminent attack is where Iran must be placed at this moment. Now, why do they want to place Iran in the retaliatory strike area? Because you regularly hear, if you browse past the Western media, when they're making reference to Iran, they use the term retaliatory strike. I tell you why it must not be accepted, seen that way, or be spoken of in that way. Now, a retaliatory strike have certain legality to it. The legality, though, is very controversial. It doesn't have the backing that the defensive strike have under Article 51 of the UN Charter. No, a retaliatory strike is a response to an attack that has already concluded. You understand? No, this is one of the first reasons why you cannot say Iran is doing a retaliatory strike, because when they started the attack on Iran on Saturday, the attack continues. It's not like it's a one shot and it was concluded. So Iran is rightfully exercising Article 1 self-defense to stop an ongoing attack. Whereas in the retaliatory attack, it's also seen as a reprisal attack as well. And you know, so in a domestic law, you rather should get the law involved than carry out a reprisal attack. Similarly, in an international law, after an act of aggression, you're expected to take the issue to the United Nations Security Council to trash it out, get resolution passed, do that, brahana, ma. You know how that go. Because the purpose of a retaliatory strike, a reprisal, is to punish the aggressor or to degrade their capability or to ward off future attack on you, then in international law, how far that goes, how excessive your force is, it doesn't really carry the legal backing. So this is why I'm saying that the reprisal strike that they are saying Iran are doing, it must not be seen in that way, because then the longer this goes on, under international law, they're already saying everything Iran is doing is illegal. But that is what they're saying to the public. And that's the narrative that I don't want to sit out there, that Iran is carrying out reprisal strike. Iran is carrying out defensive strike to stop an ongoing attack. They're not they are not in the sense of the preemptive strike, which legally they could have done and refuse. Opal, how you do? Marcia, Lynette, how you do? How you do? Evan, Philly, Wagwan, which legally they could have done and refuse to. But now then is the British and the Americans a walk and claim defensive strike. We must not accept that. And we must not allow these gaslighting narrative to fly, because no go so. The coalition of the disorganized. And Trump said, "He might go beef up the thing. Beef it up, master. Beef it up."
Spain has been very, very uncooperative, and so has UK.
Hold on. Listen to the idiot.
But this is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative. Very uncooperative. Spain has been very, very uncooperative, and so has UK. Now, the second one is shocking, but this is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that stupid island that they have, that they gave away and took a 100-year lease, having to do with perhaps indigenous people claiming the island that never even saw the island before. What's that all about? And they
yeah, the volume and the figure low.
President Trump has expressed his disagreement with our decision not to get involved in the initial strikes. But it is my duty to judge what is in Britain's national interest. That is what I've done, and I stand by it.
Now, how is Keir Starmer going on the defensive strike argument here? The legal justification in Article 51 allows you to come to the defense of another nation who have asked you to come to their defense. Now, we heard Keir Starmer in British Parliament, I tell the people them, or I tell the nation, say, in Middle East, Allah asks him for help. Something goes so, Keir Starmer? Something goes so? Or it's just on a makeup galangin, forgive one of the pretext to enter, because to Britain have this.
The United States of America is engaged in yet.
To Britain have this kosher thing around international law. So that's all Britain do. Stay out of the first hit. No man may have speaker. I just for Trump part did low. I just for Trump part did very low. Because if you notice for Keir Starmer part did come up. Keir Starmer make it look like say the Middle Eastern country them ask him for defend what? America did it with all apparatus and clapanaras. America pack up and run. Where you with the one piece of something ago? Cause one everything Britain have, you know. A one everything Britain have. And you pick up the one something them. I like a Trump him. Trump say, Trump pick up whatever no mash up. I feel something them and I take them out of Iran way. And then you say I come back with ship for or whoever, whatever you're going to use for escort Al tanker through the strait. Me case and tell you when you come, sir. Just me case. But On a pedophilia disgrace, on a child abuse disgrace, on a child we not talk about. We can talk about on a child abuse, on a illegal war, on a human eating, on a pedophilia, on a human sacrificing, we can talk about all of them simultaneously. Criminals want to pull wool over our eyes. Every time when you're going down in our ratings, every time when you want to pull a wool over our eye, when you start to kill children. So when you start the war with killing children, and then want Iran to take ceasefire deal after that. Bomb them, clot Iran, bomb them.
The United States of America is engaged in yet another war in the Middle East wherein Americans are dying. We have our embassies being bombed in Saudi Arabia. It's already an absolute disjointed shit show of epic proportions. And the question is, why? Why did he start this? Why did Trump agree with Benjamin Netanyahu to go into this war when his own Pentagon, when his own joint chiefs advised him not to do so? Why? Well, we know that the Epstein files were causing massive problems. We know that the Epstein files and Pam Bondi's DOJ are involved in a massive cover-up, massive. And there was bipartisan support from both Massey and Ro Khanna to get this stuff released. Well,
globalists, they're going to hit the like button for me now, please. They're going to hit the like button for me. Alrighty? It helps the program. Maybe if we talk to them nice, it will help.
Well, Kyle Kulinski on Twitter has some great analysis on this that we need to keep at the top of the news cycle because, in fact, these two things, the Iranian war and the Epstein.
Even if Starman or Jew, them controlled, but I don't call them Jews, Zionists, are pigs really. Even if Starman not Zionists, they're all controlled by the Zionists. Zionists control all world government. Then spy on them, have secret on them, broke butter them out and them lick the butter and them video them and lick the butter. And then the all of them are compromised.
Files are linked. Listen to how brilliantly Kyle lays this out. Pop this up. In 2011, Jeffrey Epstein emailed Ghislaine Maxwell that Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with one of the victims for hours. Epstein's houses were all bugged with secret video cameras. That's incredibly important. Given Epstein's known connections to intelligence, Mossad and Netanyahu have blackmail on Trump. Has a single journalist or reporter talked about this on mainstream media or asked Trump a question about it? It is a disgrace that this fact has been ignored and buried. Ask yourself why it is Trump has never said no to Israel about anything. Yes, the money he's taken from the Israel lobby provides an incentive, but the blackmail does as well. Drop Site News has reported that Netanyahu blackmailed Bill Clinton when he was president. They have a track record of this exact kind of thing. The email in question is from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. It says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim, cap logs, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. And Ghislaine Maxwell responds, I have been thinking about that. So Donald Trump, a lot of people pay him a lot of money and he dicks them over. So yes, the AIPAC lobby helped get him elected, but so did Elon Musk. And he kicked Elon Musk out of the White House, completely kicked him out, fired him from Doge. They're not even friends anymore. So I think Kyle is onto something, that there is something bigger here, because our own Pentagon advised him not to do this, that it would be a shit show. His whole entire track record, this man is so inconsistent, but he has been very consistent long before he ever descended on the escalator, that he was anti-war, especially wars in the Middle East. This is something that this president has always been consistent on until these Epstein files and that February 11th meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu. And so I want to ask you this. Do we really think this guy, I'm going to play this clip, this video is from yesterday. Do we really think this guy right here has some mastermind about Iran and nukes and some sort of desire to help Israel build regional power there? Listen to this clip.
Finally, we honor one more American soldier, a fallen warrior of world, of wars, and really, terror. Staff Sergeant.
Okay, well, this guy's in charge of the war. It's so bad, you guys. It is so bad that he can't even go out and speak about it. And so you have Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio.
Donald Trump, we have to play this again. Because this is why the war start on the 28th. Because this day come out upon the 1st, upon the 2nd. This is why you have to start the war upon the 20th. So we're going to play it back again, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, pedophile president, criminal president, president who kiss your daughter upon your lip and hold your daughter around her waist, president, your adult daughter, convicted criminal president, elephantitis uncle president. We need a state funeral, Donald Trump. A long time we don't see the funeral of a sitting president. Pamela Akola, Winston Campbell morning. A long time we don't see the funeral of a sitting president. So because we say Department of Justice, they are going to put out things Monday morning. You have to distract with on Saturday. So only one thing we can't talk about. Pedoprezi. One thing we can't talk about. Donald Trump, let us play your disgrace again. The criminal president. But America chose him. Uno take him up. The world been dash him away. After 4 years, the world says a rotten egg, and the world dash him away. And oh no, American go search to don't go eat like Sensefol and cratch him back out. Especially on the Democrat will launch the legal challenge against him. We give him back oxygen, negativity, provide oxygen to pedophiles like Donald Trump. And Uno hand him a whole canister. Uno, the American public, hand Donald Trump, the criminal, the convicted criminal, the pussy grabber, the pedophile, the rapist, Eugene Carroll Trump, the immigrant, the racist, the narcissist. You, the Americans, go down go eat and cratch out. They say, woman, look, that don't go heap and sense a fall go cratch it out. This certainly isn't no luck. This year we sense a fall go cratch out a don't go heap. A certain no luck for no woman nor the world.
The United States of America is engaged in yet another war in the Middle East, wherein Americans are dying. We have our embassies being bombed in Saudi Arabia. It's already an absolute disjointed shit show of epic proportions. And the question is, why? Why did we start this? Why did Trump agree with Benjamin Netanyahu to go into this war when his own Pentagon, when his own joint chiefs advised him not to do so? Why? Well, we know that the Epstein files were causing massive problems. We know that the Epstein files and Pam Bondi's DOJ are involved in a massive cover-up, massive. And there was bipartisan support from both Massey and Ro Khanna to get this stuff released. Well, Kyle Kulinski on Twitter has some great analysis on this that we need to keep at the top of the news cycle, because in fact, these two things, the Iranian war and the Epstein files, are linked. Listen to how brilliantly Kyle lays this out. Pop this up. In 2011, Jeffrey Epstein emailed Ghislaine Maxwell that Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with one of the victims for hours. Epstein's houses were all bugged with.
I want to ask Donald Trump a question. This victim, was it the 13-year-old that claimed that you raped and beat her brutally, Donald? Donald Trump, could this have been the 13, 14-year-old that claimed that you raped and beat her violently, President? You ought to answer that question. Donald Trump, you ought to answer as to who this particular victim is that you spend hours at Epstein house with. And to Blonde Bundy, is there any video or photograph evidence exist at the DOJ for Donald Trump in relation to this particular victim that you have not released? What a cover-up. What a crime against children. What a cover-up. And to top it off, they killed 160 little girls in Iran to cover up the plethora of young girls they have abused in the West. What can go so? So please ask Donald Trump, who is that victim that he spent hours at Epstein Ranch with? Is that the 13-year-old that you raped and violently beat? Or is it the one that you throw the money to and tell her, go and have an abortion? Which one of them, Donald? You rapist, President.
Are linked. Listen to how brilliantly Kyle lays this out. Pop this up. In 2011, Jeffrey Epstein emailed Ghislaine Maxwell that Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with one of the victims for hours. Epstein's houses were all bugged with secret video cameras. That's incredibly important. Given Epstein's known connections to intelligence, Mossad and Netanyahu have blackmail on Trump. Has a single journalist or reporter talked about this on mainstream media or asked Trump a question about it? It is a disgrace that this fact has been ignored and buried. Ask yourself why it is Trump has never said no to Israel about anything. Yes, the money he's taken from the Israel lobby provides an incentive, but the blackmail does as well. Drop Site News has reported that Netanyahu blackmailed Bill Clinton when he was president. They have a track record of this exact kind of thing. The email in question is from Jeffrey Epstein.
Sharon Oya, the landlord.
It says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim, cap logs, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. And Ghislaine Maxwell responds, I've been thinking about that. So Donald Trump, a lot of people pay him a lot of money and he dicks them over. So yes, the AIPAC lobby helped get him elected, but so did Elon Musk. And he kicked Elon Musk out of the White House, completely kicked him out, fired him from Doge. They're not even friends anymore. So I think Kyle is onto something, that there is something bigger here, because our own advised him not to do this, that it would be a shit show. His whole entire track record, this man is so inconsistent, but he has been very consistent long before he ever descended on the escalator, that he was anti-war, especially wars in the Middle East. This is something that this president has always been consistent on until these Epstein files and that February 11th meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu. And so I want to ask you this. Do we really think this guy, I'm going to play this clip. This video is from yesterday. Do we really think this guy right here has some mastermind about Iran and nukes and some sort of desire to help Israel build regional power there? Listen to this clip.
Finally, we honor one more American soldier, a fallen warrior of wars, and really terror. Staff Sergeant.
Okay, this guy's in charge of the war. It's so bad, you guys. It is so bad that he can't even go out and speak about it. And so you have Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, JD Vance, pudding boy right there, whose brain is completely cooked, and Benjamin Netanyahu. And what's really important to realize here is that for the first time ever in polling, Americans sympathize more with Palestinians than with Israelis. And so Benjamin Netanyahu knows the shot clock is running. He has had a 40-year dream. He even said this yesterday. Donald Trump helped him realize his 40-year dream to invade.
40-year dream of invading Iran. 40 years, and he uses his Epstein file to demand Trump invade or I'll have you removed from office. Invade, said Netanyahu, or I'll have you removed from office. But I want to speak to you, the military parents of the United States and the United Kingdom. Are you going to just sit back and hope that your child don't get slaughtered in this illegal onslaught? Or is it that you're going to stand up and take to the street of Britain and America and call for an immediate cessation to the war? Because it's our children that are going to die. Shall I read? Morning. It looked like we think America is going to come out of this waving her flat backside across the place. It's not going to happen. We already see how bad it's going. We see our children already on the front pages. Are you all, as military parents, comfortable with this? To know that your child was in the region deployed peacefully, and now them either dead in a hospital, wounded or somewhat or ever, and the president is hiding it from you? The president is hiding the catastrophe from the American people that Iran has done to American military assets, the taxpayers of America who will be picking up the bill for the disaster in trillions of dollars. And Donald Trump walk and hide from you. The Donald Trump always in front of Donald Trump come out. Donald Trump come out. We out here Donald Trump and we want to hear because your mouth always a fly like we take a goat shit, you know. Your mouth always out there fly like we take a goat shit. And all of a sudden, Donald Trump and Epstein Netanyahu gone into silence. For what? When you claim so now win the war, come out and be glorified about it. Don't? Because I tell you when you come with the ship them for escort the oil tanker them, sir. All in all saying that though, economic devastation is coming. Left, right, and center. It will start in energy prices, and it will make its way to wherever else it carries. That, though, depends on how long this war continues. The Americans and the Israelis, you can raise the white flag. No matter the amount of big talk and the big deployment. Me vote for who? No, man, me never vote for Keir Starmer. Me spoil my ballot in the last. Since COVID, I haven't done any voting that I haven't spoiled the ballots. And that's where I'm going in the future. Since COVID, I voted, but spoiling my ballot. Me have to make them know, say, I don't participate, me no want participate. The last time I read for my ballot, none of you are worthy. the next voting, we have a local government election coming up in May, which Keir Starmer will be slaughtered at local government. And I believe that's when the Labour Party will be pushing it, because they really wanted to push Keir Starmer in the once the Mandelson Galangin came out. But what provide a buffer for Keir Starmer, there were by-election coming up, which Labour lost horrible in. And then we have May local government election coming up, where he will be slaughtered. And when I say slaughtered, we really will need shovel and barrow to pick up Keir Starmer off the floor. And then the party will then use the Mandelson file, use his 11% popularity ratings and the decimation at local government poll. They will use that to flip him. So we will have a new drivel soon. This sausage will go in no time. But as I was saying to Donald Trump and Israel, wave your white flag while you can. Yes, we acknowledge your aerial superiority. How long, though, when the supplies are running out? How long? How long can you keep this up for? Wave your white flag. It will save a lot of lives, because your population, Epstein Netanyahu, is going to be living on the tunnel perpetually. Gloria Morris, how you do? Morning. Your population, because this war, Raymond, how you do, has now come out in the open. For decades, just with warring with Hamas and Hezbollah, your people have been existing under tunnel. The open war, the gates of hell war, their hellfire war is in high gear. So your population is going to live under tunnel perpetually, because there's no way Iran are going to let them back out. They will become underground cattle. And that's the life that the people of Pigsrel think that it's a life to live. When your leader live above ground, have private jet, but you have to live underground for most of your life like cattle. What a life to live. What a life to live. Anyway, call the dirty Issa. Call the Issa now. Mr. to Melissa Silvera, friends of justice, and your lackadaisicness. What you go to do yesterday? You see, only this giant and disorganized like Donald Trump. Now, if you care about justice for Melissa, as friends of Melissa and blah, 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 you know when this demonstration was relevant? During the debate of the Chief Justice and the DPP as to whether to accept Julian Silvera every of a provocation defense. That was one enough to take the street. Oh no, so backwards and late, and sometimes we can't bother with them, you know. Sometimes we can't bother with them. That was when the demonstration was needed. Them already accept the manslaughter plea, so they can give him any little tiny little sentence. He may get more for the firearm than he get for killing Melissa. When the sentence hand down in the next 4 days, him can get more for the gun than him get for killing Melissa. Watch this space. One of the ways to come out can demonstrate is when the Attorney General, the DPP and the Chief Justice are cook up their conundrum And then time down if you come out and make a voice be heard. Not now. You not gonna make no difference to the sentence. When a demonstration not gonna make no difference to the sentence. It may wouldn't make a difference if the women come out and show their opposition and demand Sir Julian Silvera to go up on trial for murder. It may wouldn't show public sentiments to the judiciary, because don't think judiciary don't watch public sentiments. So uno coming out now is just another shit show like Donald Trump shit show where going all over the Middle East, and the shit show where going in a Congress, in a Pentagon, in a the War Department. How the War Department silence? So Pete Higgins, Marco Rubio out to fly like a baby more than fear, you know. How Marco Rubio end up as Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. Donald Trump, every other president, don't have them National Security Advisor separate. But then again, you're not a president. Anyway, you're just a New York street gangster. So that's how you go. Dirty Issa. Dirty Issa. Hotelia Issa. Issa come out for we. Let me tell you what Issa say. Dirty Issa come out. Dirty Issa come out and all them things. We have the same thing one for attack as well. One over the public procurement office. We have him for attack. Dirty Issa say, in an age when news break first on social media and credibility is often the casualty, Jamaica hotelier Christopher Issa delivered unexpected but forceful defense of traditional journalism on Sunday while speaking at a media event in Montego Bay. We're not going to even read further. That's what we want to get you, Issa. Dirty Issa. Issa, you remember the little Issa baby who no murder? I don't know which Issa if it connected to you, but Issa. And we're talking about media. We're talking about media credibility. What happened to you and the media them? How we not hear the media them a try to get justice for the little Issa boy where the little disabled Issa boy where the old and did kill and walk and blame Dick Tam and Harry, then hide this, hide that, and what happened to no Issa? Every time uno come out, uno attack new media. Every time the old and try to demonize new media and tell we say we're not on no credibility and all of that. Take on no credibility paper and wave in front of our face. Because we want to see the credibility certificate and the credibility degree. Take them out and wave them in front of our face. Are we tap people for listen to them? No. Me say if we tap people for listen to them, we don't come out every day, we don't want to attack new media. Who wants to listen to these old, long time JBC and RGR and CNN and Sky and ABC and CNN Beats and who wants to listen to these nonsense? Why you think they want to shut Al Jazeera off of the air? Because Al Jazeera report they were totally different from BBC, RGR, MSNBC, ABC, JBC, whatsoever C. So go and attack injustice, Issa. Christopher Issa, go and attack the injustice against the little disabled boy. We all know we can't find out who killed him. And when an old time mother car, then draw out the mother and say, go on, make me drive off the car and go kill your picking. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know, come out and cry about that woman, the credibility, Issa, and the credibility of the justice system where I play dilly-dally with him, too no rich, Issa. Issa, why we? Why we, Issa? What? So we not have money? So we don't pan the ladder? Is that? We can't climb, you know? We know how to climb. We used to climb coconut tree. We know how to climb. Why you don't tell traditional media, say, look at what they are doing, why people stop watching them? You acknowledge, say, a social media break story these days. That means, you know, it's acknowledge, say, them docile, bubu cuckoo, where you talk about dead in the water, you know? So where you attack for credibility for? Why you not tell them to jump down off of Miss Thomas high chair? Issa. You don't see that Miss Thomas high chair cut out of fashion. Issa, want to the little disabled boy were murder within the Issa family and within the Issa clan, and we don't hear gunfire about it. Want to the credibility of the investigation. Issa. Don't come out for it. Don't come out and attack social media. And we make honor steal. And we make honor outdated. And we make honor rigid and resist change. And don't we make honor turn ventriloquist and people have to tell you what to write and talk. Say. No. We come out here with we mouth and we mind. Mouth and mind. And that I do it. Mouth and mind. Come out here with a script every day like when I read poem and composition. Move fire, so not dunce. Long time outdated, still under counter galangin. We are on the top shelf. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed a war over top shelf when people take down on an outdated thing put under counter? On a soon going at the bin, you idiots. Every day on come out. Credibility. Does the Prime Minister have credibility? Issa. Does the Prime Minister have credibility? Does the Minister of Health have credibility? What credibility are you talking about? Or where can we shop for some of it? Because it look like it's on sale. Where can we get some? Why you not attack the Jamaica people with elect a Prime Minister where they have no credibility? Why you don't go attack the credibility of the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister taking friend put in and needs for corrupting investigation? Why are with credibility, you see, Issa? Look here, don't start. Issa, don't start, because we don't have blood pan with hands. Go and find out about the Issa death. We want to know how that young boy died in the arms of the Issas. And that we want to talk about Issa. We want to know how the young boy died in the arms of the Issa. And we can't hear gunfire about it. We want to know if a true no rich and powerful. Make the investigation all reach to the court. And court said this and court said that. And no can turn a blind eye. What, true money? Or a true credibility? Which one of them is a couple want to know? Make we know if we can go shop somewhere for it. Make we know if there is somewhere where we can go and shop for credibility. Because I never know say I know the whole away talk out. I never know say I know people business the whole away mind. I know news the whole away walk and care. What was journalism about other than walk and carry news? And to top it off now, it's a stale news them a care. Can you acknowledge say we had the fresh news, you know? What is your problem? Why you don't go call for justice? You don't think justice is more important than credibility right now, Issa? Because the credibility where you talk about, you're going to have to search for it. When you come to fill with politicians, them Issa and fill with public officials, you're going to have to search for needle in a haystack. So if you know where we can go purchase it, so we can wave it in front of people when we see them and say, we have credibility too. Look at it here. See my book here. My book says, my certificate here. My certificate says credibility. Now, so Go on, ya idiot. Idiot, go on. Because I don't know why when you come out and prop up the old outdated sin thing them, where them even come out here fight for space with we and still a demonize we when only when they come in a social media they have any relevance. Have you not noticed, Issa? Anyway, mine Issa them dry you out a car, do what they want to do with you. And left you in a car, however they want left you. Now, so it's a not so. It's a justice. Justice is a. Top focus on credibility. You see, it's a. You see when justice come, everything will fall. All right. You see, it's a. You see like how corruption breeds every other crime. Justice will produce all the other tenets like love, peace, joy, happiness, and those monkey fuckers if you believe in them. But for now, Issa, justice, is the importance right now, not credibility. Credibility is way, 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 way down the ladder. Come up to justice, Issa. We want to know what happened to the little boy. All right? Next time, Issa, think about justice first and stop talking about down the bottom of the ladder. Credibility. You idiot. Why you don't go talk about the credibility of the Prime Minister? Come out here and attack vloggers, credibility, social media, vloggers, influencers, independent, freelance journalists, credibility. Why? Who you know watch TV? Who you know sit down in a living room again? Issa. We're on the go people. Issa. We are an on the go people. Anyway, globalists. Thank you all for being here with us this morning. Until the pedophile presidency, we can talk about war as much as we can talk about his crime against children. We can talk about his victims in the Epstein files. We wish he would answer questions to the media or to Congress or even the FBI, your own FBI, Donald Trump, in relation to your Epstein victim. No amount of bomb being flung around the Middle East, Donald Trump, will take us off the Epstein file revelation and the criminality of you, Donald Trump, in the Epstein file. We're ambidextrous like that. We're not done like you, you know. We know how to pick up a book and read it from one end to the other. We know, Donald Trump, you have never read a full newspaper article. We sure of that. Donald, we sure say, not even a whole newspaper article. You never read it. So go on, you dons. Go on. Anyway, my peeps. Oh, you go already. Where else if you talk about? Where else if you talk about Lenworth Donovan? Come here about Jankro there last night. Oh, no, if you talk about the procurement Jankro. Now, the head for the procurement, the policy director, somewhat ever is for the procurement department, say public bodies, it might remind public bodies that they must carefully justify any decision to invoke procurement as these rules are not designed for automatic or prolonged use. It's not a reminder, you idiot. What's the name of this idiot? Let me see if I find the idiot's name. Hold on. Joel Barrett. Joel Barrett. A reminder, if it is that the policies are there. And they deliberately, time and time after, time and time after, violate the procurement rules. How is it that a reminder that they must justify when they invoke the emergency procurement method? When we have a person like Darrell Vaz, where look how him do it where they in the Starlink them. Up till now, we don't know if Darrell Vaz thief the Starlink them from the 700 will come, or Darrell Vaz really buy the 200 Starlink for two. But Darrell Vaz buy the Starlink, then prepare the paperwork after. What we need here, Joel Jarrett, is enforcement. They must be fined, they must lose their jobs, or whatever it takes, so that whenever anybody is going to violate the procurement rules, they know it's the risk of facing a heavy fine or losing them job. Idiot. A simple reminder when it comes to dealing with crook like Andrew Holness, Pernell Charles, Darrell Vaz, Fly Green, Big Titty Fifi, who lost 800 million worth of procurement document. It's not about reminding thief not to thief, you fucking fool. Thief a thief, thief I got thief. What the thief must face, Joel Jarrett, is punishment. Enforcement. Enforce the rules. Make sure there are penalty and they are being enforced. But the reminder in a bullshit, stop. These are the things that irritate me when them come out here and talk the bullshit and think that we should applaud them for it, like say as something good or something worthwhile or sensible. Then say, on so fool. The worst part, the worst part of it, these fool people, you don't notice, it look like it's a sickness. Fool people normally get placed in high places of position, high position of power. You notice in this world, normally fool people are blatant criminal, like Donald Trump and Andrew Holness, them and Keir Starmer, them and Macron, are them people that get in a power. You don't notice? You don't notice so when you idle and play, are them people that make the most money in the world? You don't notice? The people that will idle and play and tell lie and thief. Anyway, Opal say for go on about your business before next thing. The gaslighting with Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Pete Heges, and Keir Starmer go on with blow up in my face like a whole petrol soon turn either short or dear. Whichever one we're going to feel the pinch of it. Short or dear, the pinch is coming. So remember, keep in mind, the longer this war goes on, the broader the consequences become, the more far-reaching the consequences become. Economic far-reaching, economic consequences to come. So don't just go on, like I say, I know something prepare for. It's better to prepare than to be unprepared. Let's prepare for the calamity and hope for the glory. All right? Anyway, I come go on about my business, Thank you all for being here with us this morning. Lovely to have your support as always. Always remember to hit the like button subscribe to the platform if you're new, if you have not subscribed yet. And you can always chat in the after comment of the live. So thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just a try and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Rastafari. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jaja. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.